Cells are the basic units of life. They go on to form more complex structures known as tissues, organs, systems, and eventually an entire organism. There are two major classes of cells: eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells are more complex cells, known as plant or animal cells, and a common example of a prokaryotic cell is a bacterial cell. But today we're going to be focusing on plant and animal cells. First, we're going to look at the animal cell. The animal cell houses many different structures called organelles. Each of these organelles perform different functions within the cell. The first organelle we're going to look at is the nucleus. The nucleus houses all the genetic information within the cell, known as DNA or chromatin. The DNA controls all the activities of the cell. Within the nucleus, there's a subset organelle called the nucleolus, and in the nucleolus, this is where the ribosomes are produced. Ribosomes are small molecules that link amino acids together to form proteins. Ribosomes leave the nucleus through nuclear pores found around the outskirts of the nucleus. Through these nuclear pores, the ribosomes then enter the endoplasmic reticulum, which is also known as ER. There's smooth ER and rough ER. Ribosomes are only found on rough ER, not on smooth. When the ribosomes reach the rough ER, this is where the building of proteins begins, in a process known as translation. After proteins are made in the rough ER, special transport vesicles bud off from the ER and transport the proteins from the rough ER to the next phase, which is the Golgi apparatus or Golgi body. Once inside the Golgi body, the proteins are folded and modified. Additional molecules such as lipids and carbohydrates are also added to the proteins. Once the proteins are modified by the Golgi apparatus, the transport vesicles then carry the proteins towards the cell membrane to be secreted. The transport vesicles bind with the cell membrane, thus releasing the protein to the exterior environment outside of the cell. The transport vesicles then fuse with the cell membrane, thus allowing the cell to grow larger. This secretion process is known as exocytosis. Back inside the cell, while the rough ER is dealing with the production of proteins, the smooth ER is involved in the production of lipids, carbohydrates, and many other molecules as well. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid that holds all the other organelles that is found within the cell. Some of the other organelles include the mitochondrion, vacuoles, lysosomes, microtubules, and centrioles. The mitochondrion is the powerhouse of the cell, known for energy production, known as ATP. Lysosomes are organelles that break down other non-functional or damaged organelles within the cell. Lysosomes also help break down food that's within the cell with the aid of specialized enzymes that are produced by the cell. Now let's take a look at a typical plant cell. A plant cell has similar organelles and structures similar to that seen in an animal cell. However, there are a few structures that stand out. The first structure that is different to that in an animal cell is the vacuole. Plant cell vacuoles are much larger than those found in animal cells. They are used to store food and water. Plant cells also have cell walls. Cell walls are not present in animal cells. They are only found in plant cells. The cell wall is the thick outer layer that surrounds the cell membrane. Cell walls are used to protect the cell as well as provide a fixed shape for the plant cell. Another main feature found in plant cells is known as the chloroplast. Chloroplasts take in energy from the sun to produce oxygen and glucose. This process is known as photosynthesis. Chloroplasts are also green due to the green pigment called chlorophyll found in plant leaves. Amyloplasts are found in the roots and storage tissues of plants. They store and synthesize starch for the plant through the polymerization of glucose. In summary, plant cells were found to have much larger vacuoles than animal cells. Plant cells also had chloroplasts and cell walls present when animal cells didn't. So now we've come to the end of this video. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye!